How's it going, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of Ask Your Local Electrician. I'm Brandon with Electrical Specialist, and today we're going to be starting a new 4-part series about holiday safety in your home. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the basics of receptacles. During the holidays, like we're in right now, we use our electrical systems a lot more than we normally do. We've got Christmas lights to plug in. We've got new toys to plug in. You got the kids crawling around down there helping you plug stuff in. It's kind of a little more than we normally do throughout the year. So we want to make sure our basics are covered. So today we're going to be focusing on not just receptacles, but tamper-resistant receptacles. So you might ask yourself, what is that? Well, back in 2008, the National Electric Code, which we've been talking about recently, put into effect a rule that we have to start installing tamper-resistant receptacles. The way they work is there's 2 shutters, one in each eyelet here, and there's springs behind them, and they won't open with just a single push on one or the other. They take an equal push from 2 prongs correctly to plug in. So, as you can imagine, I did it. I'm sure a lot of other people did when I was young. I pushed something in there. I found out what happens. You know, I'm sure someone else will find out as well. This stops that. So we want to make sure that this is what's installed in your home. So we get a lot of questions about these because it seems like even though they were started in 2008, not a lot of people know about them. So some basic questions we get are they required? Since 2008, yes, they are required when you're building a new home, or if we come to your house or anyone comes to your house to replace it, that has to go back in with a tamper-resistant outlet. How much do they cost? They're only about 50 cents more than a normal plug, so cost really isn't a factor on these. It's just education. Are they difficult to plug in? That is something to note. We have got some callbacks from some of our elderly clients who say, hey Brandon, I know you just put this plug in, but I'm having a heck of a time plugging it in. What we've learned to do, especially on the GFI models, is before we install it, go ahead and push it in 3 or 4 times. It kind of breaks these shutters in and makes them easier to push. Then you shouldn't have a problem from there on out. What about the plastic plug-ins? We get a lot of questions about that. You guys have all seen the little round plastic push-in that people with young children have in their house. We've actually learned from years of experience there, though, those are pretty much choke hazards, and the kid can just pull it right out. So it isn't really stopping much. It might make you feel a little better, but this is the proper solution. One more question that we get asked about this a lot is, well, Brandon, what if I have 2-prong plugs? It doesn't have the 3, it just has the 2. Can I replace that with a tamper-resistant 2-prong plug? And unfortunately, the answer is no. They don't make 2-prong plugs that are tamper-resistant, and honestly, they're not making 2-prong plugs anymore because they're illegal. So if you do have 2-prong plugs and you want to get something a little safer, you might want to go check out our YouTube page, Electrical Specialist. We have a video just for that. We'll explain what the options are to get you set up.